Collective. Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Well, please always keep in mind that I literally never am not bubbled. So when energies come, I offer them back to themselves what they deserve and keep it moving. No, they can't ruin my day. I mean, I really am happy in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like, there are just a lot of things in my life where I just feel like, thank you for letting me breathe for a second. You know? Apocalypse and the box. I know. It's time. They know as soon as Nancy gets home. They're like, let me in, it's time to eat. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, no. They like it's very hard to steal my joy. Especially from them. Like they can't touch it, so it's fine. And other than that, yeah, fine. Okay. The apocalypse, the box, and the mirror. Yeah, because the being caught in fragmented ideas is not. Like when I tell you that they tried to corner me and cage me like a rat so that they could feed off of my magic, I am not exaggerating. So, fuck yeah, I'm pissed. And I don't care who knows. Because they never cared who they spread shit about me to. I mean, these people have talked shit about me. And like people, like big people, like if I said it out loud, you'd be like, what? And I would be like, I know. But they have hated on me and hated on me. And really and truly just like created an entire persona around me, and not one of them knows me personally. Not one of them could claim to have had an actual conversation with me. Not one of them could. So, duh, it's gonna come crumbling down and crush you beneath it. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? These people are on some shit. But, anyways, how does that resonate for you? How have you just felt like super trapped by people who just have shit to say and can't help themselves but to say it, you know, not knowing what they're talking about? That is coming to an end. The mystic and the unseen. Yeah. Well, I mean, the mystic is the psychic knowing. Um, the unseen is otherworldly experiences, dreams, aberrations. So it could be that you're having some amplified visions and some amplified dreams. Um, but I feel like those dreams are offering you a sense of insight. Yeah, because only the people who hate you seek to like hurt you. So stay away from people who hate you. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't know what that has to do with your dreams. That's cool. I hope you're utilizing them well. Okay. Yeah, that's a whole thing that I'm not going to get into right now. Let's see what else we can get in terms of clarifiers. Tell a new story and brave the journey. The little birdie. Well, and I love it because it's very much the idea of like, it's her in the book, in the picture. It's the telling of your own story. Thank you for holding space for me to share my story. Thank you for having concern for me when the shit starts streaking itself everywhere. No, they're shocked. They thought I would just delete it and be embarrassed, but I'm not embarrassed because you're a hateful cunt. Why would I be? Oh, shit. Am I wrong though? No. So? Death. Well, yeah, the apocalypse. That big, massive ending. And the Three of Cups. Tea time. Love that. I feel like it's like plotting death. But you know, the fun thing about this card is that wherever she walks, life appears. And that's cool, you know? Because death begets life. Yeah. Well, you know, and I know that I am not everyone's cup of tea. Because I know that in order to bring the healing that is needed, that has been prayed over for fucking thousands of years, you know, then first there must be a collapse, right? You have to break down the old systems to rise up anew. And I think what a lot of these people miss in their steps is that connection. That connection of the process, because you have to tear down what you don't build a brand new house on top of a half dilapidated home. You tear it up, you rip up the foundation, you destroy it, and then you build what is necessary. But if you just let the world burn and live in some delusion that like you can just, you know, be upset by the destruction that has to occur, then you're missing the point. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, like if you want to get there, really, you need to recognize what we're facing and how it is that we need to deal with it, because you can't just bypass. It's a very important step. Right? It is a feel. It is a whole fucking feel. But anyways, I feel like the tea that's being shared is the story of Well, yeah, I mean, in the simplest of terms, just as like the story of the journey, right? How would that play out for you? Well, I don't know, like if you're starting a business or if you're doing something along that line, like how is your story different from everybody else's story, right? I mean, in the land of marketing and advertising, you get lost in the masses because the masses all do their very best to be just like everyone else. Who wants to be just like everyone else? You know what I mean? Yeah. I am whole all on my own. Thank you. May not function like you, but I am just fine the way that I am, right? And the way that you are is different. The way that you are, the way that you think, the way that you approach it, the way that you. But if you try and package it to be just like everyone else, like what are you doing? You're signing your own death sentence. Yeah, in terms of being like standing on a foundation of presenting yourself as something different. We'll break it down. We'll break it down, but not right now. But a lot of that is being open about telling your story, you know, like the journey of what it is that makes you different, you know, because that's usually the blessing and the curse, right? Because listen, when you're different, people will do everything they can to tear you down, to make you fit into them. Like, ugh. You know, I'm in control of my story. Yeah. Well, it does feel like a kicking down to the door. I don't know, because I feel like somebody's kicking down a door. Let's do clarifiers. I have no idea. It's a very clear image. I don't know, because I feel like it somehow ties into the mystic and the unseen, because it does. It feels like the connection, the link. Listen, like I know that dreams are like an effect, side effect of me. This doesn't feel like the bad kind though. Um, Take that if it applies to you, because that does feel very specific. But there's definitely an idea of leaving something behind. The Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the King of Cups. There's an idea of sweet medicine, of truth. And the Sun is, in this card, they're just like celebrating. They've got the mariachi band. There's joy. Ace of Swords. Three of Cups again. Love that. Celebration, celebration. New truths and new opportunities. Authenticity of spirit. Well, that's why it is so much better to have spirit vouch for you than people, because no offense to people, but you know, like okay. Temperance and the Fool. There's definitely action. Yeah, she looks like she's falling. Yeah, there is kind of that energy of like falling, but like falling into this like golden pillow. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, bring it, bring it back down, bring it back down. Sorry. Um, whatever it is that's ending for you, whatever it is that you're breaking out of, whatever it is that you're walking away from, I think that in sharing the story of that, um, there's that sense of, well, yeah, I mean, sharing your story, you know, we all have a story, and most, if not all, find their identity within their story, right? So you shouldn't try and just like put identities on people without understanding their identity as is. You know what I mean? Um, but when you share in your story, I just feel like there is a new truth and a new opportunity, um, that feels like sweet medicine of joy. Seven of Diamonds. Flames on the hearth indicate good fortune and neutralizes the evil of near-lying unlucky cards and increases the value of lucky ones. I love that. The rapiers warn, Ace of Spades. The rapiers warn us against assaults which threaten and will occur sooner or later according to the distance from the person. Neutralized, you know, neutralized. Whatever those boxes were, whatever those misconceptions were, whatever those ends were, I just feel like their their attempts to threaten or dismantle are neutralized and return to cinder. Well infused. Okay. I don't know because I feel like I'm like holding my breath. The shadow. It's funny because there was a concept of releasing your shadow, and I kind of giggled to myself because I appreciate the concept of it, but and I do think that it's necessary. Um, but you know, like once you have integrated your shadow, when you awaken your shadow, you don't release the darkness, you awaken the dark. It's a very different effect. Because what I see is somebody standing in the darkness, somebody kicking down the door, and somebody like stepping into the light. I see somebody stepping and falling and landing on a golden pillow. But like they all feel very much like in this dream state. But this dream state, it feels protected, right? Because when you are integrated with your shadow doesn't pop out and get you. It activates the darkness. When you are able to stand in the darkness, you are able to tap into the light. But only the warrior is able to stand in the dark and find the light. But it does feel like a breaking down of the door. I don't know. But the kind of intimacy where you know there's no where you will be facing any of it alone. I mean, fuck yeah. Collective, thank you so much for being here with me. Um, Thanks for sending me all of your positive energy today, and sharing your joy with me because I could feel that and I appreciate it. Um, and yeah, if this does resonate with you, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all again soon.